Welcome.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Quickly to the air is Wilson. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Had no command that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Hassan Reddick, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning, and I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
And taken at the 46. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback. But last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. And he's also one of the league's most dangerous players. Thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
But first down, Hurts. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, 49 yards. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Breaking short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. This is brought in at the 21. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. How about this? Racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, 85 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. It only took him 2 plays here to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On second down, Williams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow the completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him, because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping it for a loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Offense again. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they could already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive. And now off to the races down the right side. DeAndre Swift, touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, 76 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense has it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game's signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 28-0. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And it'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line. He already had the one fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it. The turf, gotta find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a first and goal and that huge lead. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Wilson. That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. A Hassan Reddick, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Able to get away. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Oh, boy, hang on here. Injured player.
Get him out there, coach.
Certainly have to hope this is nothing major. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. Take it at the 37. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun. This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Swift will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it is 42-0. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
The Broncos about set to go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. The backup Stidham, his first throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw is Stidham. Under pressure, they got him again. Hassan Reddick in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown. A.J. Brown. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Holding offense.
Quinn Miners, third-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He was running with a purpose as he found the end zone 3 times in that first half. And that opposing defense had better come up with a scheme for slowing him down. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, you see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? Quite a performance, and most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
That was tough right there.
An avalanche, it's coming right on top of them.
You might knock 2 quarterbacks out the game.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Let's take it inside his own 40. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but that's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one goes for 36 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands, because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles have got it on cruise control. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now, because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Denver's offense now set to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think, yeah.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. Throwing on first down, but this one lines up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Here's Stidham to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Hassan Reddick in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Stidham. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Throwing is Hurts.
Keeps himself upright. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Baron Browning.
Excellent job on that play. A big loss. 18 yards.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Olamide Zaccheaus, 30 yards.
And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided
Great to see you again.
in addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time.
Hey, what's up, David?
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
How's your give thanks? Mine was good, got to the movies.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now it's Stidham. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get...
We already knocked Russell Wilson out of the game already. We're about to knock him out too. Hassan got the record, I think. I think he got 8 sacks already.
An absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Stidham. And he's going to go down again.
Insane. Yet awesome.
Holding. I knew it was holding. They can't stop us. Oh.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks.
They got to hold.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they...
Oh, my goodness. Jesus.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose a
Definitively can't stop you.
Going for a block.
He looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away.
Should wave the white flag.
It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return.
Yeah, normally when I play people real life, that's what they do a lot of times. They quit, but nobody want to see me in this game for real.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverage.
You saw that?
And he keeps getting the better of it.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. The 100
Who could possibly get to 100?
has been tremendous all day long. Ball spotted at the 45.
I had a 100 game the other day. I forgot who I was playing.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
Uh-oh.
He's going
Bombs
deep.
away.
Touchdown. A.J. Brown. 55 yards. And the Eagles continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th.
Let's get this man another 100 game.
This is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with
Burning, squinting face, partying face, exploding head.
early drives. You can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee.
Do not pass the ball anymore, Broncos. Do not pass the ball anymore. Oh, Russell, you back in the game? Uh-oh.
Haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them,
Don't test big play Slay. Don't do that.
this has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Screen play set up for Williams. And he's upended at the 30.
Oh, they did a screenplay.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes
That's what you want to do when you gotta you want to kind of calm the rush down. But okay.
maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Oh my goodness. I think this is the best team. I've been loving the Eagles all my life. I think this is the best team they ever had. Wow. Jesus. And they're the best team in real life right now.
Here's Riley Dixon now.
Jesus.
He's on the punt for Denver.
They had some good teams throughout the years, but this team got to be the best team they ever had.
That's taken on the 25.
Almost is.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And they will take over first.
I know big place play. He ain't no joke.
Offense ready to go again. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continue.
Got to get 100, boys.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come into this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hurts. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
I should have went for two, dang.
Kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson shakes off the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge...
You came back in the game for that, Russ?
You watch more football than I do. Do players of the same team get in the way of each other like they do in virtual games?
Situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver.
Sometimes, but you just, you learn to maneuver around it.
On this side of midfield. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And he's got room. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Carter, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Looking here for Smith downfield. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major
On Patrick Surtain. Oh, man.
when we see them the next time out.
Elliott on for the extra point.
You have something beeping in the background, sir.
Smoke alarm.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
Welcome. You watch more football than I do. Do players of the same team get in the way of each other like they do in virtual games? Exploding head. Stinks. You have something beeping in the background, sir.
Somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you would... I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And coming out now, the Broncos.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team, your depth. You really have like one possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter, but do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Under pressure again, and down he goes. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
97, 98, times.
You just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions.
Looks like it. Let's see.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for Denver.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
But first down, Hurts.
Man open left side is Brown. And he's taken down inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you can hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you force turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best.
Yeah, almost got it. But I got one. I forgot who I was playing. Yeah, I got one the other day. Well, I think about a week ago. It might was like, yeah, it's like it might was like 117, like a basketball score. Yeah, Jalen was on fire. Whew. Imagine having that throwing percentage in real life. Jesus Christ. But they're the best team in the league right now in real life. We play the Bills on Sunday. I think in Buffalo. No, my bad. It's in Philly. My bad. It's in Philly. That's right. It's in Philly. I think it's 4. I think it's this play at 4 on Sunday. Because I had a lot of Bills, before I think we connected, I had a lot of Bills fans coming at me on Twitter. And I said, okay, let's see what happens when we play.
Cool. Got 150. Nice. Yikes if it was real. True. Alright, might as well not watch regardless where it is. Any more games? Yep.
Oh no, alright, might as well not watch regardless where it is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play another basketball, and then I'm gonna play this game that came with the PlayStation. Alright.
My live stream if you are interested.
God dang. That's a
CHENNEL equals sign DAVID % sign 27SLIFE.
alright game. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's a long one. That's like, oh yeah, I'll check it out. Thanks. Peace.
Text start share screen broadcast button.